In September 2007, at the Overture Center in Madison, Wisconsin, 8 artists joined forces to create a multimedia exhibit designed to haunt, provoke, and delight. Theater met museum in this walk on the haunted side. From 2 poems, The Drawing of Ghosts and Horror Vacui, each artist created a digital media response. Joan Wildman in music and animation, Corinne Heath in animation and computer projections, Jane Reynolds music, Joanna Bean photography, Eric Prendergast poetry, Buzz Kemper soundscape and voice, Steve Brongen voice, John Fracci theatrical lighting. People walked through this mysterious digital landscape of light, voices, and sound and saw animations, photography, and computer projections. They became part of this haunting theatrical exhibit through a live camera feed. The installation was for all the senses, for all ages, and it was set in the mood of Halloween.
Opal black horizons that sucked up light, erase where the lead went astray.
From a newspaper article on the installation by Kevin Lynch of the Capital Times. The classic haunted house is a welter of decaying bodies and spirits. The senses caught in cobwebs of paranoia, the sound of heavy chains dragging your primal fears into a deep pit. Consider it again. Has a structure more digital than dank, a new kind of haunted house to prime you for the Halloween season. You walk into a dark room inhabited by disembodied voices, strange music, and reality-defying images. But it's a house of computerized possibility, and about how creativity can spur the spirit as much as spook it. The project doesn't deny the vagaries or horrors of the real world, but puts them in their psychic place. From the newspaper The Isthmus, the Daily Page, Collecting Mad Videos by Christian Knudsen. Heath explains how the installation placed a viewer participant on center stage. The space is different when you work with computer animation, she says. The concept for this was to place people on stage where they could experience the exhibit in 3 dimensions. Wherever you stood, you could see, hear, and experience different things.
I am excited about this project because multimedia is almost always greater than the sum of its parts.
So we began by individually writing several short musical ideas that we could exchange. Our music samples had somehow come together into a life of their own.
Collaboration is a blessing. There's so much we have to learn from each other.
The ghosts of the past and the future are always in the present moment. In the poetry, animations, music, photography, lighting, and voices, we embody our ghosts.
My poems of The Drawing in Ghosts and Horror Vacui were both inspired by a certain sense of presence and absence and the dynamic between the two.
Jane Reynolds and Joan Wildman have incorporated pieces of music, but let me sort of assemble them.
Horror Vacui is a moment in time, and I am grateful for this moment in this time.
There are ways to approach the drawing of ghosts. There are ways.
There are wings. The shapely hole that follows you.
It leads your days.
In a gesture's search for the means to body.
Means to body.
I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious.
There are ways to approach the drawing of ghosts.
If you're curious, there's nothing to fear from monsters that prowl the dark,
In a gesture's search for the means to body.
or any other such low-pressure terror.
Don't let the lines bounding the space of a spectre tremble.
There is no room for error.
Nothing is mere potential.
Shading may pose a
Dilemma.
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 Nothing is mere potential. Potential.
The paths of hands through air. Flesh comes in outlines.
An afterburn.
The art is most often left to those with a lively touch.
Opal black horizons that suck up light.
Erase where the lead went astray.
Erase where the lead went astray.
An afterburn at the edge of the retina.
An afterburn at the edge of the retina.
At the edge of the retina.
The edge of the retina.
There is nothing to fear from monsters that prowl the dark. Nothing is mere potential. It's only that sometimes absence can take on so much presence. That's part of Prendergast's poem Hora Vacui, which serves as a thematic aspect of the installation. You'll hear that poem and Prendergast's The Drawing of Ghosts, recited by Kemper and Brongin's voices. Kemper gleefully cleaved and mashed the voices and musical motifs from Wildman and Reynolds into a recorded soundscape for the installation. The resulting sonic brew fills the space and lets the poetry reverberate with multiple meanings.